Oh, Mr. Kelly, how are you?
I'm well, Mr. Chairman. Yourself?
Good. Doing well. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Okay, so as per our normal proceeding, soon as you're ready for us, just give me the thumbs up and we'll get started. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We will now open this meeting of the Illinois Board of Review for today, February the 27th, 2024. We have several preliminary matters we must address before we begin our hearings today. One, this is a formal hearing, very much like a formal court hearing. So we ask that one, you not be reclining in your bed or in your easy chair. You set up that you're focused on the hearing itself, and that men are not permitted to wear hats in the session. So I'll ask you to remove your hat or cap or whatever, and ask that you be dressed properly for today's hearing. So please don't be dressed in your night clothing or undergarments or whatever. We need you to be appropriately dressed. Also, if you're in a vehicle, you cannot conduct a hearing if you're driving. Your vehicle must be parked. You must be in a safe place. We will not conduct a hearing if you are moving. And you need to be stationary during the hearing itself. Secondly, we will panel will introduce itself, so all of you know with whom you're communicating and working with today. We will hear from the law department. They will give us a list of all those projects, all of those cases that have been resolved, or if there are any special requests for continuances, etc. If your matter is noted as moot or moot complied, I'd ask you to call the office if you have any need for further explanation. But what it simply means for today is that your matter has been resolved. You are not required to stay on the hearing if your address or your name is called and is listed as moot or moot complied. Uh, and if this is a public forum, so if you want to stay until all the cases are heard, you're welcome to do so. But if you want to leave as quickly as possible, if your matter is called, then you're permitted to leave. So we will get started in a moment. Again, I'm Kenneth Woodson. I'm chair of the board. The panel will introduce itself as we move forward.
I'm Steve Pettit, board member.
Roger S. Tennant, senior board member.
Beverly Penn, board member.
Ken Washington, board member.
Cortez Patton, board member.
Ryan McSherry, board counsel.
Richard Wade, board administrator.
Thank you very much. Good to see all the board members present. And again, everyone's muted until we get to your matter so that we can have a smooth flowing hearing today. Also, one final thing, these hearings are recorded by Zoom, but also by a court reporter, which means that you can only record one person speaking at a time. So please wait your turn. No over speaking. We can't speak to more than one person, cannot be recorded at a time. So we want a clean record for today's hearing. Okay, let us proceed. Who's representing the law department today?
Good afternoon, Chairman. This is Michael Rouleau, RULLO, on behalf of the city.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rouleau. What do you have for us?
Beginning with number 1, appeal ending 003-167, 1408 to 10 Reed Street. Appellant is 1400 Reed LLC. That matter is settled with a city affirm 120-day stay of enforcement.
120-day stay. Thank you.
Moving to number 4, appeal ending 004-828 concerning 3445 Brown Street. Appellant Malcolm Williams. That matter is stayed with a 6-month stay of enforcement.
I'm not sure. Is that city affirmed or is just state?
Yes, excuse me. City affirm with a 6-month stay of enforcement.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I apologize. This is Michelle Reinhardt for the city. In order to clarify that agreement, the rest of the agreement is that the owner is also to remove the roof on the structure while going through the permitting process during the stay of enforcement.
Okay, is that a make safe requirement or generally a make safe?
It's not part of a make safe permit, but it is out of a safety concern.
Okay, roof must be removed. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to number 8, appeal ending 000-846, 4114 Petchin Street. Appellant Michael Pracker. That can be marked moot complied.
Moot complied. Thank you.
At number 9, appeal ending 000-850, 1347 South 6th Street. Teresa Snook. That can be marked moot complied.
Thank you. Moot complied.
Number 10, appeal ending 000865, 1348 Bainbridge Street, 1334 to 48 Bainbridge Street, LLC. That's moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 11, appeal ending 000867, 3200 Capri Drive, appellant Packer Park Partnership LP, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 12, 000872, 1723 North 29th Street, Thomas Jones, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 13, 000896, 2653 Massey Street, appellant Ilya Robovetsky. That is settled, city affirm with a $500 fine.
Thank you.
Number 14, 000906, 2407 North Hancock Street, Ruslan Nikan. My understanding is that there was a continuance request from the appellant that was not opposed by the city. Has it been continued?
Yes, that was noted in the executive session, and that matter will be continued.
Thank you. Number 17, 000913, 2251 North Cleveland Street, Edmundo Rios, moot complied.
Moot complied. Thank you.
Number 18, 000915, 1028 Lindley Avenue, Earned Properties LLC, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 20, 000921, 4210 Van Kirk Street, appellant, pardon me, Eladzimir Moskalenki, moot complied. I can spell that if the court reporter would like me to.
Oh.
That is ULADZIMIR, and the last name is MASKALENKA. And again, that is moot complied. That was number 20 on the list.
Thank you.
At number 21, 000923, 503 to 5 South 6th Street, Northeast Renovations LLC, the city affirm with a reduced fine of $750. Settlement that consists of city affirm with a reduced fine of $750.
Thank you.
Number 23, 000933, 1161 Glen Street, Omri Lulu. That is city affirmed by agreement with a $300 fine.
Okay, that's the settlement.
Yes.
And what is the fine amount?
That's city affirm with a $300 fine.
Thank you.
Number 24, 000970, 6323 to 25 Rising Sun Avenue, appellant Yuzin Lee. That is YUXIN, last name LI. That my understanding is that appeal was withdrawn by the appellant. Oh, Chairman, I believe you're muted.
Yeah, Mr. Wade, can you confirm that?
I'm gonna have to check. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, we'll move on and come back to it, Mr. Rulo.
Okay. Number 26, 000976, 4218 West Girard Avenue, Donna Bocella. That is moot complied. I would just note that there is another case with that same appellant for the same property, number 27. My understanding is that that case remains open.
Okay, thank you.
Number 28, 000977, 3404 North Lee Street, Miguel Romano. That is moot.
Moot, thank you.
Number 29, 000979, 6065 Chester Avenue, Ubelela LLC, BUBELEH. That is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 30, 000981, 4917 Pine Street, Gordana Anna Kostic. That is a city affirm by agreement with a 5-month stay of enforcement.
5 month stay? Okay, thank you.
Number 31000985, 135 North Lindenwood Street, Bernadette Cash. That is moot.
Moot, thank you.
Number 32000995, 6047 Wharton Street, Benita Corbett. There was a continuance request from the appellant that was not opposed by the city. I just wanted to confirm whether that was continued.
Yes, that was a continuing executive session.
Number 33000996, 1323 North Conestoga Street, Nettie Leones. That is moot, complied.
Thank you.
Number 34001006, 455 North 53rd Street, Gary Sullivan. That is moot.
Moot, thank you.
Number 36001124, 4946 Green Street. Appellants are Lucius Smart and in Ifolua Felecki. For that second one, it is IFEOLUWA, and the last name is FALEKE, and that is moot.
Moot, thank you.
Number 38004068, 9909 Bustleton Avenue, Unit B, Grand Prix Work Incorporated. That is moot, complied.
Thank you.
Number 41005159, 1457 Sterling Street, Markin Holdings LLC. That is a city affirmed by agreement with a stay of enforcement pending a zoning board of adjustment decision.
Stay of enforcement pending zoning. Okay. All ready?
And then I would direct the board's attention to number 19000917 concerning 2031 South Colorado Street. The appellant is a Joel Miller. The city is going to request a continuance here. In reviewing the appeal documents, it appears like that the violation is likely complied, but the inspector was unable to get access to confirm this. So I would just ask if this could be continued, and I can coordinate to have the appellant schedule an inspection with the applicable inspector.
Okay, is anyone present? Mr. Joel Miller, are you present? Okay, Mr. Miller, unmute yourself, please. Mr. Wade, if you may be able to assist him.
Send them a problem.
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Mr. Miller, did you hear what was stated regarding your property?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for today, they want to continue this hearing, so you don't have to do it today for re-inspection. It's very likely that it'll all be worked out. You probably won't have to come back.
I really appreciate that, sir.
Okay,
I
so
really appreciate it.
yeah, expect either email or a phone call from the department to schedule an inspection.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, have a
Thank
good
you.
afternoon. You excuse.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. What do I do?
You can
How
click
I do
off.
that?
You can leave the meeting, or you can stay on. It's up to you if you want to sit and hear
I
everyone
don't know
else.
how to do. I don't know how to. It's the first time for me. I'm over 70 years old. I don't know
Okay.
what to do.
Join the
Can I-
club.
Somebody,
Mr.
I got it.
somebody can help me, please.
Yeah, he's going to help you. He's going to help you. He's helping you.
I got it.
Okay, Mr. Rulo, any additional matters?
I will turn it over to my colleagues. There is a bit of a longer preliminary matter that I'd like to address with number 2, but I think it makes sense to let my colleagues walk through theirs and we can return to that.
Okay, let's do that then.
And I just
Okay.
want to confirm there's been no communication with the board administration that case 240970. There was
Okay.
no withdrawal on that matter. At least no
Mr.
communication with the board.
Okay, Mr. Rulo, did you get that in writing, or was that just a phone call?
I would turn that over to my colleague.
Right, all the appellant.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rulo?
I would turn that over to my colleague. I believe that's being handled by Caroline Curley.
Okay, Ms. Curley, are you present and available? Miss
Hi,
Caroline
everyone.
Curley.
I'm sorry, this is Caroline Curley. I don't know what matter you're talking about. Can you just-
Yes, we're referring to number 24 on the list, 6323-25 Rising Sun Avenue.
Okay, I will, I'll find that writing and send it. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, I just want to confirm that it's actually been withdrawn by the appellant.
No problem.
Okay, alrighty. So does anyone else, if anyone else has any preliminary matters, just use the raised hand icon and we will call on you as soon as I see it. At the moment, if you, I see Eric Jensen, sir, if you can, yes, sir, I'm asking for the city attorneys to do that. I need to hear from them first before I hear from appellant's counsel. Okay, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, with respect to number one, there was a settlement that council had forwarded to the board it was going to be marked city affirm 120-day save enforcement. Did you receive that?
Yes, we have that. That's been read into the record.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? I don't see any other hands. I noted Mr. Jensen, unmute yourself, please, and put your name on the record and what matter are you concerned with?
Yes, may it please the court. Eric Jensen, I'm here on behalf of the appellant, and his name is Keith Friedman, and the property address is 846 East Price Street, Philadelphia, PA 19138.
Yes.
The calendar number is M1 2023-001097. Mr. Friedman is here with me. I was just recently retained. I had to put my entry in formally, which I can do either at this meeting or after. We may need to continue this, and the reason that I say that is he is currently involved with the rental improvement program for getting these repairs done. There are only 3 that need to be
Okay.
done.
Well, let's just
And-
before you go further, I need to have the attorney representing the city.
This is
present.
Chris Johnson for
Yes.
the city of Philadelphia.
Sure.
It may be in order to resolve this, would it be possible for us to speak briefly in a breakout room?
Sure. Okay, we should do that.
Yeah,
Room three.
Mr. Wade. Yep. Okay.
Chairman, this is Michael Rouleau. I did miss one other preliminary matter.
Okay.
Number 7000810 West South 12th. Excuse me. It appears to be 2 address. West Norris and South 12th Street. The appellant is Brothers Pizza Truck Incorporated.
Yes.
That is a corporate entity, and to my understanding is that there is no attorney that has entered on this case, so I believe it will need to be continued.
Okay, let's call that. Is anyone present representing Brothers Pizza Truck Incorporated? Anyone present? Okay.
If no one is here, then the city would request that it be marked a city affirmed failure to appear.
Okay, well, let's do this, Mr. Rouleau. I'm going to get these preliminary matters resolved and we'll come back to that and call it in order.
Understood.
Do you have other matters for today?
Assuming that there are no other preliminary matters, yes, I did have a longer one that I just wanted to refer to initially.
Yes.
This is concerning number 2, appeal ending 003344 1250 South 45th Street, and the appellant is a Margaret Struthers.
Okay.
I'm not sure if she is here.
Margaret Struthers. Margaret Struthers. Anyone present?
Yes, Margaret is here. We're helping her get audio online right now.
Okay, just take your time.
Chairman, would you like me to proceed with my explanation?
Not yet. I just want to make sure that the appellant is engaged with us before you do that.
Understood.
And actually, I didn't see the image. Do you see an image of anyone representing or helping Ms. Struthers?
Say hello, I'm Shawnee Struthers. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I see Thomas Hagan.
Yes, I'm on his phone because my phone, I don't know what happened to the Zoom on my phone.
Okay.
So he's here with me, and my mother's also on.
Okay, now who is Margaret Struthers? Is that you?
I'm her daughter. I have power of attorney. This is Mom. Say hello.
Okay, we need Well, the way this works, we need the appellate, unless
Yes.
they've been represented by an attorney, to be
They're gonna
the
put-
person who, you have to listen to me now. We need the person, who's the
Wait,
appellate.
here she is right here. Hold on. Mom, say hello. They want to say hello to you. Hello.
Yes, can you turn on your audio, I mean, your video so we can see you? Okay. Ma'am, your name?
Margaret Struthers.
Okay, thank you. The city attorney was raising the issue, so we want to hear what he has to say, and I want you to hear it as well, so maybe we can resolve matters. Mr. Rulo?
I guess I heard that there is a power of attorney that is in hands of the daughter. So actually, as the initial matter, I guess I'd like to see who is proceeding on behalf of the appellant. Is it going to be the daughter, or will Ms. Struthers be representing herself? Because I don't believe that the city has seen that power of attorney yet.
Wait,
Okay.
I can't hear.
You guys should just sit
What-
next to each other.
What did they say? I'm going to use your phone, Mom, because I can't hear.
Okay, of course it is this. The city attorney has raised the matter of power. I think you noted earlier that you have a power of attorney, ma'am.
Yes, I sent it in.
Okay,
I sent it in like 5 minutes after our last time we convened.
Mr. Rulo, do you have that power of attorney present?
I did not see it uploaded to the case file on Eclipse.
I
Okay.
sent it into board admins.
Okay,
And
we'll
also,
check.
and I sent it also into that other one called another email.
Okay, we will ask the administration, the board administrator, to check the record, see if he has it. Now, ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Shawnee Struthers Thompson.
And you were planning to assist your mother today?
We were planning to do all the talking.
Okay. Mr. Rulo, any issues?
She's hard of hearing. She's 94 years old, and she's of a sound mind, but she's hard of hearing.
Okay. Mr. Rulo, are there any issues if we can confirm the power of attorney? Are there any issues with that?
I would like to have an opportunity to review this. As you might be aware, this was continued once before because there was an indication that Ms. Struthers was represented by counsel. So I would like to dot the i's and cross the t's here, because there are some complexities that are raised in the appeal documents that I had intended to raise as the preliminary matter.
Okay.
This was continued 4 times and was marked must be tried for today.
Okay, so we have to do it today. Ms. Struthers?
Which one?
Well, I'm going to ask Ms. Margaret Struthers. Ma'am, we need a better arrangement. Is there any way that you can gain access to a laptop or computer screen?
Well, if you give us 2 minutes, he's getting my phone up now. Did you get it up, Tom?
Okay.
Okay, I can. Okay, I put it over here.
Mr. Rulo, logistically, if we can give them a few moments to get themselves organized, we will come back to you before we hear our first case, okay?
Yes, and I guess if I could also get a copy of that agreement, if administration has received it.
Okay. Mr. Wade's checking the record now, so we'll see.
Okay. So I guess if we just want to put this on hold until then.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that. All right, ready? Mr. Johnson, you have another matter for us?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Attorney Jensen in the breakout room regarding number 16, the appeal of Keith Freeman.
Yes.
And he's asked for some time to be allowed to make repairs on the property. And with that, we've agreed to ask the board to mark it as city affirmed with 120-day stay of enforcement.
So that's the settlement that you have?
Correct.
And that would be city affirmed
Yep.
with 120-day stay?
Yes.
Okay, so noted for the record. Okay, does anyone else have any preliminary matters? Okay, Ms. Reinhardt, I think was checking, is it Ms. Reinhardt or Caroline Curley? Ms. Curley, you were checking the record?
Let's hear this real quick. I think Mr. Freeman is talking.
Yeah, hi, I was trying to get back in here. Yeah, anyway, it's all good. So we're done. We can leave the room, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Curley, you were going to check the record on one matter?
Yeah, I forwarded the letter that was uploaded into Eclipse to Mr. Wade. so he can advise if that's, sufficient when he has an opportunity.
Okay, this is regarding 6323-25 Rising Sun Avenue,
That's correct.
and that letter confirms a withdrawal.
It was uploaded in the, I can show you, it was uploaded. in the-
I just received it.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
Well, I'm just asking, does that reference a formal withdrawal? That's all.
Yes,
Okay, so we'll note it as withdrawn.
great.
Okay. Alrighty. I think the board may have a few preliminary matters as well, so I'll take a quick look at our list today and check on those. The first one, we have an issue regarding standing and timeliness. It goes to 4931 North Marvine Street. Who's representing the city? 39,
Good
I'm sorry,
afternoon.
4931 North Marvine.
It should be able to work now. Do you happen to know if
Okay,
this,
who's the
has a lot of batteries?
who's representing the city in this matter?
Good afternoon. This is Michelle Reinhardt. I'm representing the city in this matter.
Miss, okay, good afternoon. Is anyone present representing Ihor Chinstruck? I'm mispronouncing Czenstuch. Anyone present? The issues though for us is there's a standing matter in terms of this individual's relationship to the property, and also there have been multiple continuous requests in the past, and we have a timeliness matter. And so we need to speak with someone. Ms. Reinhardt, do you have any concerns about the record?
So I can say that I have been in contact with the appellant. I expected him to be here and was going to ask if we could go into a breakout room with the inspector when they arrived. And it's possible that some of those questions may be able to be resolved as part of that conversation.
Okay.
Microphone is on. So as
Now,
soon as this.
can this be turned up?
So your preference is to call this in regular order and then see where we are?
Yes, but I would like to make a request that if he signs on, if we may be able to hop into a breakout room at that time. I will keep an eye out
Okay.
for it, but
Okay.
just to try and keep things moving.
Okay. All right. The next matter is number 7. Is the Brothers Pizza Truck. Brothers Pizza Truck. So why don't we dispose of that now? I think, Mr. Ruler, I think that was yours, correct?
That was.
Okay. Alrighty. Mr. Wade, can you confirm service for that one?
Case number 7, hearing appeal ending 0810, West South North and 12th Street, Brothers Pizza Truck. Service was made.
Thank you.
No one responded.
Mr. Rulo, what is your preference?
I'd ask that that be marked as city affirm for failure to appear.
Okay, Mr. Pettit, what time do you have?
12:59 PM.
12:59 p.m. We will poll the board regarding HA 2023-000810 West South North Street and 12th Street. Brothers Pizza Truck Incorporated. City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed for non-appearance.
City affirmed for non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much. I think that resolves that one. Let's move on to the next matter that we're concerned about, which is number 25. That's HA 2023-000975 2419 South Reese Street. Douglas Tetchy. Who's representing the city? Who's representing the city on 2419 South Reese Street?
Board members, if you could give us 1 second to find that. I think there's an error on our list regarding that.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to it. The next one is number 27. That's 4218 West Girard Avenue, Donna Pacella. Who's handling that matter?
Hi, it's Chris Johnson for the city.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, is Donna Pacella available? Or counsel for Donna Pacella or anyone else representing her interests?
I don't believe anyone has appeared. The city is going to ask that it be marked as city affirmed failure to appear.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wade, can you confirm service?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
Service was made.
Thank you. What's your preference then, Mr. Johnson?
We're asking that be marked that, and just for the record, that's a site violation for trash, and the fine is still open in the system. We're asking that be marked as city affirmed failure to appear.
Thank you. Time, Mr. Pettit?
Sorry, 1:02 p.m.
1:02 p.m. Thank you very much. All righty. We will poll the board on HA-2023-000978 West Gerard Avenue. Donna Pacella, city affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Affirm for non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move down to number 39. That's 1923 South 70th Street, Devin Grievous. Who's representing the city? Who's representing the city? Devin Grievous, 1923 South 70th Street.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Erica Bazell here on behalf of the appellant.
Okay, you're legal counsel?
I beg your pardon?
Are you an attorney?
Yes, I'm an attorney.
Okay, will you put your
we're
name
in
on the
process
record, please?
my name is Erica Bazell, Bazzell, attorney ID number 66701. We're in the process of submitting an entry of appearance.
Okay, all right, and that was the issue that we were raising. We
Yes.
didn't see a legal counsel noted, so we will call you in regular order. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. All righty, we got to go back up to 25. Are we ready to do, is anyone available for that one, Mr. Rulo?
I can handle if there's preliminary matters. I will need to put that on hold if we're going to proceed to the merits there. But I guess what is the
Well, the issue was there was a request for continuance. And so in an executive session, and need to know if the city is opposed to that request.
The city will not oppose that request at this time.
Okay, so we'll please note that HA 2023-000975-2419 South Reese Street, Douglas Techi, TEDESCHI, will be continued. Thank you. And I did miss one, which is number 37. Which is 1500 JFK Boulevard, James Lee.
Stephanie Hyman for the city.
Okay, is anyone present for Mr. Lee?
Yeah, James Lee is present.
Okay, because that's must be tried for today. Just want to confirm that you're present, and we will call it in regular order. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can we go in I'm sorry, is it possible to do a breakout room or no?
Yes, the counsel for the city, are you available for a breakout room conversation with Mr. Lee?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure.
Mr.
Well,
Wade?
I also would like to note that that matter is confidential. It concerns confidential tax information, so it will need to be heard in a closed session.
Well, we don't have closed sessions for code matters, so I tell you what you do, have a conversation with Mr. Lee, come back to us, and we'll need to work through the logistics or something.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Mr. Wade, can you accommodate that?
Yes.
Okay.
Chairman, if I may.
Yes.
Returning to number 2, the matter with Ms. Struthers.
Yes.
If I could actually be put in a breakout room with Ms. Struthers and her daughter, we might be able to come to an agreement there.
Okay.
I still don't have a copy of the power of attorney. I don't know how we will be able, I understand this is marked must be tried. I don't know how we will be able to proceed today without having that reviewed. So I guess I just did want to note that.
Mr. Wade, were you able to locate that?
There was no record of a power of attorney being sent.
Okay. Already. Okay, can you accommodate the request for a breakout room between Mr. Rulo and
I sent it to all of them.
okay, Ms. Struthers, please join Mr. Rulo in the breakout room. He wants to discuss the case with you privately as a way to potentially resolve matters. You're muted presently, so hopefully you're hearing me. Okay. Mr. Wade, did they both sign in?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
Yes, everyone's in that room.
Miss Struthers and her mother are here using two different devices, so we're trying to join the room from both.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
hold
you.
on.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone, Mr. Wade, if you could mute the Margaret Struthers device and we can move on while they're trying to get in the breakout room. I have a hand raised from Pete Maneras. Sir, how may I help you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. On the premises is 2500 Grant Avenue. The calendar number is MI 2024-000245. The appellant is Michael Todd on behalf of Sky Zone. I think we could resolve this matter if I could get into a breakout room with the city attorney.
Okay, you are counsel representing the appellant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's representing the city in that matter?
That's Caroline Curley.
Ms. Curley, are you available for a breakout room with Mr. Maneras?
Sure.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. We've got I'm not sure how many breakout rooms we have available. Mr. Wade, can you accommodate that
I
request?
can accommodate it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Wade.
All right, thank you. Okay. I think we're finally ready to for regular order. We can call matters as they are coming up. Mr. Wade, when you're ready for us, let's call the first matter.
Okay, the matters that I put before the board to be called due to witness availability are I believe they were Miss Curley, so I will start with case number 3.
Okay.
Case number 3, hearing appeal ending 4802 5060 McKean Avenue, Joshua Coles.
Okay. Who's representing the city in that matter?
Good afternoon. This is Michelle Reinhart for the City of Philadelphia.
Good afternoon. Joshua Coles. Is Joshua Coles present? Joshua Coles. Mr. Wade, anyone in the waiting room with that name?
I do not see anyone in the waiting room with that name. Everyone appears to be identified.
Okay.
And this
Josh.
matter was continued in November and December, and service was made off 3 times.
Okay. No one is responding, Ms. Reinhardt. What is your preference?
The city requests city affirm due to non-appearance.
Okay. Thank you very much. The time, Mr. Pettit.
1:09 p.m.
1:09 p.m. Already. We will then poll the board on HA-2022-004802 5060 McKean Avenue, Joshua Coles, city affirm non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
Affirm for non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Wade, what's our next matter?
Case number 5, hearing appeal ending 4874 4931 North Marvine Street. Ihor Sechtich. CZENSTUCH.
Okay. Who's handling that?
Good afternoon, Michelle Reinhart for the City of Philadelphia.
Okay. I think we called Mr. Ihor Sechtich earlier, no response. Anyone present? Representing the interests of 4931 North Marvine Street.
I
Okay.
just spoke to him by phone, and he indicated that he was trying to log on.
Okay.
Would we
Wow.
be able to circle back to this case in a couple minutes to give him
Sure.
an opportunity?
Yeah, we can do that. If he's attempting to get on, we want to give him an opportunity, so we can come back. Mr. Wade, let's move on to the next one then.
Case number 6, hearing appeal ending 4889, 1124 through 28 Dickinson Street, Dickinson Partners LLC.
Okay. Who's representing the city?
Mr. Rulo is,
Yes. Mr. Rulo, I believe, is in the breakout room.
yes.
Mr. Orphanides, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, as you've probably witnessed, we've had quite a few sidebars today. So Mr. Rulo is engaged in negotiating a settlement. So if you would be so patient to allow us to proceed and come back to you.
That's fine. We have an agreement anyway, so, but.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
but we've been working on an actual memorialization of that in a document, which we're exchanging presently. But I'll wait for him to come back and then we can jump out in that one.
Okay, thank you.
Discuss it further. Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation.
No, always.
Okay, Mr. Wade, what do we have?
Case
Next up.
15.
15,
Case
okay.
15, hearing appeal ending 0908, 2525 North Bovier Street, Rebecca Wilborn.
Okay, who's handling that for the city?
Hi, this is Christopher Johnson for the city of Philadelphia.
Afternoon. Rebecca Wilburn. Rebecca Wilburn. Wilburn. Rebecca Wilburn.
I don't believe anyone has appeared on that today.
Okay, that's 2525 North Bovier Street. No one is responding. Mr. Wade, would you confirm service, please?
Sir, service was made.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, what is your preference?
The city would humbly request that that be marked as city affirmed failure to appear.
Okay, thank you. We'll poll the board on HA 2023-000908-2525 North Bouvier Street. Rebecca Wilburn, city affirmed non-appearance.
Chairman, the time was 1:13. My vote
One-
is city affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed for non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Wade, let's move on to the next matter.
Case number 22, hearing appeal ending 0924, 1651 Caldwater Street, Melissa McClure.
Okay. Whose matter is this for the city? Okay, who's representing the city in 1651 Cadwalder Street? Okay. Let's see, several people are muted. Mr. Johnson, would you kindly unmute, please?
I think that was marked as moot complied, wasn't it?
Well, let's check the record. Mr. Wade, do you have that recorded?
I didn't have anything for that.
Okay, we don't have that noted as moot complied, sir. So is that
1651 Cadwalader?
yes?
Okay, that's Miss Carly's case. Let me reach out.
Okay. Oh, Miss Curley's on the screen. Miss Curley, would you kindly unmute?
Yeah, I'm sorry, that should have been marked as moot complied.
Moot compliant? Okay. So let the record reflect that HA 2023-000924-1651 Cadwalader Street, Melissa McClure is moot compliant. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Mr. Wade?
Confirming case 25, we continued, correct? 0975 Douglas Tedeschi.
That's number, I'm sorry, number 25?
Yes.
Yes, that's
We
continued.
continue. Case number 35, hearing appeal ending 1011 1918 Hope Street, Valerie Johnson.
Okay, who's handling that matter?
Good afternoon, Michelle Reinhardt for the city of Philadelphia.
Good afternoon. Is anyone present representing 1918 Hope Street? Valerie Johnson. Valerie Johnson.
Yeah, I'm Anthony Cardella. I'm here
on this case for Hope Street.
Sir, what is your relationship to this property?
I wrote the case. I'm a building inspector.
Okay, you're probably Ms. Reinhardt's witness, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, we're waiting for the appellant, Valerie Johnson, to present herself. Okay, Mr. Wade, can you confirm service on this one?
Service was made.
Okay, anyone in the waiting room responding to Valerie Johnson?
No one identified as Valerie Johnson. Everyone is identified.
Okay, thank you. What's your preference then, Ms. Reinhardt?
I am requesting city affirm due to non-appearance.
Okay, Mr. Pettit, what time do you have?
1:17 PM.
1:17 p.m. Okay, we'll pull the board on HA 2023-001011, 1918 Hope Street. Valerie Johnson, city affirmed non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirm for non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Wade, do we have any more that we can get to?
Case 39, hearing appeal ending 4823, 1923 South 70th Street, Devin Grievous.
Okay. And we did have counsel go on the record earlier. So who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, board. This is Caroline Curley, Curley, on behalf of the city of Philadelphia.
Good afternoon. Ms. Bazell, please introduce yourself again, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Erica Bazell, attorney ID number 66701. I'm here on behalf of the Creek's Finest, and present with me in my office is Devin Greaves, who is the owner of the Creek's Finest.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's do this. Ms. Curley, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, board, we have one witness, Inspector Yolanda Talbert.
Okay, Ms. Yolanda Talbert. Okay, if you'd unmute yourself so that you may be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Bazell, will you have any witnesses today?
No, I believe that I hope we're close to a resolution. I know that my client met with Ms. Talbert yesterday.
Okay. Ms. Curley, are we at point of resolution or do we need to put on a case?
I haven't spoken to Ms. Bazell. I think we probably have the same information. So this must be the day of breakout rooms. Is it okay if Ms. Bazell and I step into a breakout room?
Yeah, I would prefer that. If the two of you can come to a settlement, it's much better than putting on a whole case.
Great.
If we can do that. And so, Mr. Wade, let's see. He has an infinite number of breakout rooms. Let me see what he has available.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Am I putting Inspector Talbert in as well?
Ms. Curley, do you want the inspector with you?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, put the three of them in together if you can. All of you should receive a prompt for a breakout room. Just note the bottom of your screen.
Okay, as soon as I get it, I'll chime in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It just says, please wait to be assigned right now.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Got it?
I got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. We have a raised hand from Mr. Michael Rulo. Please unmute.
Yes, good afternoon again, board members.
Yes.
I had a chance on number 2 with Ms. Struthers.
Yes.
I believe she's back in the room. I'm not sure.
Ms. Struthers, if you're back in the room, please make yourself known to us. Please speak up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Rulo?
I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Struthers and her daughter in the breakout room, and both of them understood this, but we have an agreement actually to do a city affirm with a 1-year stay of enforcement. There are a number of complexities here regarding separate litigation concerning certain actions by the neighboring property. and I would like to give them as much time as possible to work out those issues. And
Okay.
just for the purposes of the record, there is only one violation that remains at the property, and it is for lack of a downspout.
Okay.
The only issue here is that I think that we will need a copy of that power of attorney before that, to have it reviewed before that agreement can be formally executed.
Okay,
So
well-
while I understand that this was marked must be tried, I think under the circumstances, we should continue it just so that we can review that and get this finalized.
Okay. Based on what you represented on the record today, Ms. Struthers, are you in agreement with what was just said?
Yes, Mom. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
We
okay.
will, based on Mr. Rulo's representation, we will continue this matter to allow you to put in writing the agreement and also to provide a copy of the power of attorney. So we'll note for today's record that this matter has been continued specifically for those purposes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Rulo.
Thank you very
And-
much.
You're welcome.
And Chairman, I do.
Okay. We can go now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we gotta turn this thing off. Wait, hold on. That's the red button. Yeah, okay.
And Chairman, I do have one additional, and I swear this is the last preliminary matter.
Okay.
Regarding number 6, appeal ending 004889,
Yes.
1124 to 28 Dickinson Street.
Yes.
And they are represented by David Orphanides. We have an agreement in principle to resolve this. A few minutes ago, I received a new version of that agreement that is going to take a lot of time for me to review and get authorization on. I don't believe that Mr. Orphanides would oppose the request, but I'd ask for additional time just so we could wrap that settlement up because we have that agreement in principle. It's just a matter of finalizing the language.
Okay. Is that something you want to be able to put on today's record or you want to continue it for a future hearing?
I don't, given the complexity of it, I don't believe that we can put it on the record until that language is finalized.
Okay, so we'll note for today that this matter has been continued. Mr. Orphanides, are you still with us?
I am.
Oh, okay. The request is for continuance so that you can formally complete the agreement and get it buttoned up. Assuming you have an agreement in principle, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, we're exchanging drafts. So
Okay.
draft came out yesterday and we just got back to them today. So, but I think we should be fine to get this taken care of at the next listing.
Okay, good. We'll note it as continued for today. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Maybe
Okay.
discussed.
Yes, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a hand up from Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, what
Yes.
did you reach an agreement with the attorney from the city?
Yeah, I've had a conference with the city, so what I'm going to be doing at this time, I'm going to be withdrawing my appeal.
Okay, who's representing the city? I just want to make sure that person is present.
She's muted.
Stephanie Hyman for the city.
Ms. Hyman, the request for Mr. Lee is to withdraw his appeal.
Okay, yes, yes.
Okay, so Mr. Wade, read that into the record, please, with the withdrawal noted.
This is case
Uh,
37, hearing appeal ending 3238, 1500 JFK Boulevard. James Lee. This appeal has been withdrawn.
Okay, thank you very much. The record should reflect the withdrawal. Thank you, Mr. Lee, and Ms. Hyman, have a good afternoon. You excuse.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay,
I've
okay,
we have 3 remaining cases, 2 of which were in a breakout room, and I had an iPhone join recently. I don't know if that is for case number 5. Ihor Sejstedt.
okay, but I think the attorney for that one is in the breakout room. Isn't that correct?
No, I
Is
think
that
that
Ms.
was
Renner?
Ms. Reinhardt.
Okay, let's call that one then.
I know she was in contact with him. I don't know if she ever.
Ms. Reinhardt, can you identify the, yes, apparently that is the person. Sir, would you also put your video on so we can see your face, please? Okay, thank you. So let's read this one into the record so we can hear the case.
Case 5, hearing appeal ending 4874, 4931 North Marlvine Street, Ihor Sejstedt.
Okay. Sir, would you mind pronouncing your last name for us so we can pronounce it correctly?
Chenstock, pretend the Z is an H. Chenstock,
Sinsturk. Okay.
first name Eeyore.
Hinstruck. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Will you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down. Ms. Reinhardt, do you have a witness today?
Before swearing them in, did we want to address the preliminary matters?
Yes, thank you. Sir, Mr. Hinstruck, what is your relationship to this property, 4931 North Marvine Street?
I lived there most of my life, and it's my parents' home.
But your name is not on the deed.
Correct.
Okay, do you have any legal document indicating that you have authority over this property?
I'm the administrator of my mom's estate. I
Okay.
did not change the deed. My bad.
Yeah, because we may not be able to go forward today because of that. Did you give a copy of that document to the city?
Because I'm the administrator, correct. Yes, I did.
Okay, Ms. Reinhardt?
He did. I can pull that up in just a second, but the information that it provided was that his mother died in 1993. And based on the delay, I would say that there was an opportunity to change over the name on the deed, and that just failed to happen.
Okay. So are you suggesting that he needs an attorney to represent him?
I'm
Can't I just
suggesting that
change
he.
the name?
No, excuse me, sir. No doubles. We have to have one person at a time. Ms. Reinhardt?
I believe he does not have standing for this appeal because the notice of violation is not issued in his name.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's set that aside for a moment, sir, because the violation was sent to the name of the person on the deed, correct? That would have been his mother, I suppose.
Yes, and father, who
Okay.
I believe is also deceased.
Okay. Also, there's another matter of timeliness. I think your notice of violation was written in August of 2022, and the appeal wasn't prepared until November of 2022, well beyond the 30-day limit. So, is there a reason why you waited so long to submit the appeal?
I received a notice from L&I that it is moot. And now it reappeared again. But when I really read it closely, it seems like it's two different notices.
Okay. Well, okay, thank you. Let's do this. Let me take it.
Mr. Chair, I just want to bring something to the board's attention.
Yes.
That this appeal has been continued on two different occasions.
Yes, that was noted earlier. Yeah.
And it seems as if that there should have been enough time, if nothing else, for him to have the property changed into his name.
Yeah, we're going to go into executive session, and I need to confer with Mr. McSherry. So would you join me in executive session?
If I may, just before you go in,
Yes.
I just want to clarify the number of continuances. I believe that this case was originally scheduled for a hearing in November, but there was an issue with the city's Zoom access.
Okay.
And for
Okay.
that reason, that was the reason for the first continuance.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go into a short executive session.
You need the room, Mr. Pettit? You have the room?
With our past. That's consistent.
It shouldn't be
recorded.
recording.
It shouldn't be.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. We're back on the record. Thank you. Okay, regarding HA 2022-004874 4931 North Marvine Street, Ihor Hinstruck. And sir, based on the record, we're looking at this matter will be dismissed for lack of standing. You do not have legal standing to bring this appeal. Secondly, the appeal that was submitted is not timely. It's more than 30 days old, and it's basically from August, nearly 4 months late, 3 months late. And so principally for standing as well as the timeliness, we're dismissing this appeal. So now you can appeal our decision if you choose to. If you need information as to how you should do that, you can check in with the administrator's office and they can give you that information. But for the moment, this matter should be noted as dismissed. Thank you very much.
But I don't understand something.
What is that you don't understand?
I don't understand how I'm 4 months late.
You get 30 days from the date of the notice, and your notice was August of 2022. And you didn't appeal
And I
until November.
attended the November meeting.
Okay, but the principal reason for the dismissal is standing. You are not the legal owner of the property. You had never gotten the deed changed into your name. Now you can appeal our decision, and that's your choice. You have a right to do that. And so if you choose to appeal our decision, we will respond to it. Okay? Thank you very much, sir.
That's it?
That's it. Have a good afternoon.
Could I please request to go into a breakout room with him and with Inspector Michael Herbert?
Sure.
Thank you.
Mr. Hinstruck, if you're willing, the lawyer would like to talk to you in the breakout room. Are you available to do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mr. Wade, if you could make that available to them.
Room 4.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Wade, what's our next matter?
I believe Miss Curley has her hand raised.
Oh, okay. Yes, Miss Curley.
Hi, board, this is in regards to the matter I just was in a breakout room with. It's number 39 on your list.
Yes.
HA 2023-004823 regarding 1921 to 23 South 70th Street. Appellant is Devin Greaves. Was able to speak with Mr. Greaves' counsel on this matter. We've reached an agreement for a city affirm on the case.
Oh, okay. Miss Erica Bazell, would you mind confirming that, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we reached an affirm stating that my client would cease operations as a tire dealer until he has obtained a tire dealer license. He explained to the city's representatives that he is in the process of clearing some outstanding tax matters, that he has been to the Revenue Department several times to resolve this, retain an accountant to resolve this, and he anticipates that within the next week and a half, he will have met the requisite requirements and be able to apply for a tire license.
Okay,
And
thank you very
in the
much.
interim, he will not operate the tire aspect of his business.
Thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. You excuse. Thank you, Miss Curley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We have another hand raised, Mike Todd. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
Chairman, hello. My attorney, Pete Maneris, is still in a breakout room.
Oh, okay. Well, we will wait until he comes back with the city attorney. I assume that they're negotiating settlement.
Oh, so sorry to interrupt, board. He was in a breakout room with me, and then we ended our breakout room. So I think I don't know if he can't figure out how to get back.
I'll get him.
Thank you.
Okay, they're bringing you back. They're bringing you back.
I just sent him a prompt.
Okay. Okay. See,
Excuse me, Mr. Wade, will Mr. Todd be our last case?
Yes.
Thank
we
you.
have several people though who sitting remaining, so we may need to.
I
We'll
believe
check
there
in
were-
with them before we end. We'll check in with those individuals who are still here.
I
But in the
believe-
meantime,
I believe that there were people here to speak on matter number 2, but they were not the appellant.
okay, thank you. All right, so are you having technical difficulties with Mr. Menares?
I think Mr. Menares is having technical difficulties, but I can have, if he wants to log off or and rejoin, I can try and see if I can have him do that.
Mr. Todd, if you're in communication with your attorney, ask him to do that if he can't seem to
Log
navigate.
off and log back on.
Yeah, ask him to do that.
Okay. Okay. I'll
Oh,
ask him to do
here-
that. He has a court case at 2. Okay. Okay, thanks.
I'm back.
Oh,
I just got
okay.
on.
Okay. All right, Mr. Menares, if you could give us your video, that would be helpful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Ms. Curley? I believe Mr. Menares. Mr. Wade, would you read the matter in the record, please?
This is case 40, hearing appeal ending 0201 2500 Grand Avenue, number 1, Michael Todd.
Okay. Ms. Curley, do you have a witness for this or do we have a settlement?
No, we will have a witness. I had spoken with Mr. Menares in the breakout room. He had requested to me for a continuance. I did speak with the department and they're not willing to grant that at this time. So we would ask to proceed today.
Okay. Ms. Menares, are you prepared to move forward today?
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, I'm requesting continuance. I think this matter is actually easily resolved. There was, Mr. Todd, on behalf of Sky Zone, had mailed in a couple applications. He never got the food and beverage license. Admittedly, there was no follow-up. He applied on February 6th. He's complied with everything that needed to be complied with. He's been dealing with a Jay Halavanala Hill. And just this morning, Jay emailed Mr. Todd and said, you need to speak to Ibram Salam, and gave a telephone number to set up the final inspection. I think this
Okay.
is all but a done case.
Well, the problem here is that we have an intent to cease. And intent to cease is principal priority for us because of the health and safety matters involved. And so we don't easily continue these matters. And so at this point, I will rely and defer to the city's request that we move forward so we can put testimony on the record and hear from your client. Operating without the appropriate licenses is a serious, serious violation.
I don't disagree, sir, but there was no real violation. It was a matter of the license, which has been applied for. and
That's a
pending
real
final
violation.
inspection.
That's a real
No,
violation.
I understand. I'm just saying there was no, the food wasn't being improperly handled. There was nothing
But we don't know
wrong.
that without testimony. So I want to hear the
Okay.
testimony. So we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
go forward.
I mean, I
Okay.
would also offer to the board that per Mr. Menares' own admission, there is no food license
Okay.
as of today. So simply they cannot operate.
Okay.
But there is still some pending fire code violations I will offer. My witness will testify to.
Okay. Who's your witness?
It is Inspector.
I am here.
Oh, I was like, I can't find you. Emerito Alvarado.
Mr. Alvarado, would you put your video on, please?
Okay.
And we're getting echo from you for some reason.
Hold on, sir. Can you hear me better?
We hear you fine. It's just it's an echo.
Nate, can you turn that down? How about now?
It's a little better, but not Brett yet. I still need to see your video so I can swear you in.
I clicked on it to take it off. Hold on.
Mr. Wade, is there anything we can do to help?
Oh, hold on.
I was going to say, slide the
There you
thing.
go.
There you go. Slide it
got
over.
I got you. Good morning,
Okay.
board members.
Good afternoon. Sir, would you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give be the truth to help you God?
I do.
And please remove your hat. Thank you. All right, Ms. Curley. Mr. Menares, before we begin, do you have a witness for today?
Mr. Todd, Your Honor.
Mr. Todd, would you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You place your hand down. Ms. Curley.
Inspector Alvarado, can you state who your employer is?
I am Inspector Alvarado. I work for License and Inspections. Fire
And
investigator.
oh, sorry. And in general, what do you do in that role?
I inspect properties for violations.
For code violations?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the property we're discussing here today, 2500 Grant Avenue, operating as Sky Zone Trampoline Park?
Yes.
Okay. How are you familiar with this property?
I had a complaint for the property, and when I went out there for the inspections, that's when all the violations, that were given to Sky Zone started.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm showing what's marked as City Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
What is this?
This is a notice violation in order to correct.
Okay. And it's issued at the top, says responsible party Sky Zone Trampoline Park.
Yes.
And what's the date on this notice?
6/10/2023.
So sorry. And I'm going to scroll down. Where it says in violation at the bottom, at the kind of the middle of the page, the correct by date. When were the violations cited in this notice? When did they need to be corrected?
So the date of the notice is when the violation was given to the owner. He has 35 days to comply them.
Okay.
And
So
that
in the
is
center,
that date.
in the center here, it says July 14th, 2023.
Correct.
Okay. We're going to move through the violations that were cited in the notice. The first one here, what was, in summary, what was the first violation for?
He had to renew his food license. They did not have an active license at the time of my inspection.
Okay, and they serve food at this premises?
Yes.
Okay. Moving down the second, I think it's a fire code violation. What is this violation for?
That's for they have a fire alarm system, and fire alarm systems have to be inspected, and then the fire alarm contractor has to provide the city of Philadelphia a fire alarm certification saying that it is operable and in good condition.
Okay. And just for these two violations, have either of these violations been complied as of today?
As of today, no.
Okay, so there's no food license.
Nope.
And there is no uploaded fire alarm certification on Eclipse.
As of 5 minutes ago, when I checked the system, there was nothing in there.
Okay. Moving down to the bottom violations. What are these? What are these for?
It's the same thing. They have to provide us with a sprinkler certification saying that all sprinklers in the building is operational and good repairs.
And I think there's 3 additional for essentially the next two.
Yeah.
What are those?
They had storage in one of the electrical transformer rooms. And they also had a lot of construction material blocking the hallways or, the pathway leading towards an exit door.
Does that pose a danger?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm going to scroll down to some pictures that I think will, and I'm sorry, we'll show that, but I think the last violation here shows that the fire alarm system was in trouble mode. What does that mean?
The fire alarm system was in trouble mode. It was silent and something was wrong somewhere in the system. When the fire alarm is in trouble mode, we give them the violation for the fire alarm, and that's where the certification comes in. They have to get a fire alarm contractor to come out and inspect their fire alarm system and make it operate properly.
Okay. And going down to the 4th page of this violation notice, where it says, there's the second information sign. It says, if any have any questions on this notice or would like to schedule a re-inspection, please contact Emerito Alvarado Jr. And it has your email. Is that your email address here?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, we're going to scroll down to some pictures. Is this the property you inspected?
Yes.
That's marked as City Exhibit 2. And that photograph is dated June 9th, 2023. Is
Yes,
that correct? Okay.
yes.
All right. Moving down to City Exhibit 3, is this the food license that was posted in the property?
That was the food license that they did have, correct.
Okay. And the expiration date, what does that say?
Expiration date was 4/5/2018.
Okay. And the date of your photograph?
Is
June
June the
9th.
9th, 2023, 5 years.
Moving down to City Exhibit 4, what is this?
This is showing the fire alarm system, the fire extinguishers.
Okay. And in City Exhibit 5, I can scroll in a little bit.
That's showing that the fire alarm system is in trouble mode.
Okay. Moving down to City Exhibit 6 is what is this we're looking at?
This is the electrical closet room. One of the violations was that they have to provide a sign on that door stating, electrical room.
Okay. Is there any sign on the door as of the date of this photo?
As of the date of that photo, I did not see one. When I went out there for my intent to cease, I did not see a sign there.
Okay. And this photograph, City Exhibit 7?
Those are the items that were inside that electrical room behind the door of the first picture.
And can you explain to the board, now that we're looking at this picture, what are some of the safety concerns that are shown here?
Well, according to the code, it reads that no storage is supposed to be where any electrical components are located. No combustible storage.
Does this pose a, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No combustible storage shall be in electrical rooms.
Does this pose a safety hazard?
It can.
Can you explain what some of the concerns are?
Well, the combustible items, the cardboards.
Okay. Being
On
next
top.
to an electrical unit?
Yep, on top of an electrical unit.
Does that pose a fire hazard?
Yes, it could.
And City Exhibit 8, what are we looking at here?
That is one of the exit doors within the facility of Sky Zone. It shows you, being blocked with several items.
And City Exhibit 9?
Same thing. That's the walkway where if there was an emergency and people had to get out, that's what they have to walk through just to get out that one door. And those are the obstacles that a person will have to go through.
And same thing in City Exhibit 10, essentially.
And that's another exit door in another location of the same Sky Zone facility.
This picture is showing similar obstruction that you've
Yes.
discussed previously.
Yes.
And lastly, for these photos, City Exhibit 11.
That is showing the sprinkler system, the stand pipes or, the shut-offs that is in the building.
Now from June, I guess 9th, 2023, and when you issued the notice, did you ever get a call from anyone affiliated with this property to come back and re-inspect the property?
The only call I got was the date of the intent to cease from Mr. Todd, asking could I give him more time. But that was after I gave him the intent to cease letter. So I got the call on the same day of the intent to cease.
Okay. I'm going to scroll down to City Exhibit 12. Is this the intent to cease you are referencing?
Yes.
And the date of that intent to cease, that is January 4th, 2024?
Correct.
Okay.
It's
Can
the
you
date of the notice.
yeah. Can you explain to the board why the department decided to cease the property or
Well,
issue a notice of intent to cease the property?
Usually when there's no food license, they have to stop the operations. Not only that, we have kids in this place, inoperable or a fire alarm in trouble mode, no certifications, all of that has to do with kids and parents. That's why the intent to cease was issued, because it's a life safety matter.
Okay. And moving down to City Exhibit 13, this is now a photograph from your inspection on the intent to cease that's dated January 3rd, 2024. Is that correct?
Well, that was the day that I went back out for the inspection before I issued the intent to cease, which was January the 3rd.
Got it.
That picture, is just showing that the fire alarm from day one, which was what, June the 9th, it was still in trouble mode. So you had a certain amount, like 6 months that passed by, and the fire alarm was still in trouble mode.
Got it. City Exhibit 14, kind of just a same situation.
Yeah, that's the first one was the annunciator. This one here is the actual fire alarm panel box.
Okay. And this is still indicating trouble mode, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And again, I think you already referenced this, but this is the same door we saw back in June 2023. No indication that there's any signage as required under the code, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. City Exhibit 16, again, a photograph of the alleyway leading to the exit door in the background there. Is that correct?
Correct. Still obstructed.
Okay. City Exhibit 17, same, if arguably worse, obstruction at this time.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. And City Exhibit 18, similarly.
Yep. Yes.
City Exhibit 19, again, this is the sprinkler system you referenced before, correct?
Correct.
Okay. City Exhibit 20, that's a close-up of the tagging, is that correct?
Yeah, I was trying to get a tag in to see when was the last time that it was inspected, but I couldn't really get a clear view of it.
Okay, it's very high, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Same with this City Exhibit 21.
Yes.
Okay. At this time, Inspector Alvarado, does the department still believe that the intent to cease is appropriate in this case?
Yes.
Okay. Has the food lights, I think we have already referenced this, but as of this date, have any of the violations been complied by the department?
No.
I would object.
Wait. We have an objection. What is the objection, Ms. Menares?
Well, council indicated as of this date, Mr. Alvarado hasn't been back to inspect the premises since June, I believe, January 4th. So he doesn't know if everything's been complied with as of today.
Well, he would know what's in the record. And so that's his response. You can cross-examine him on that if you like, but as you overruling the objection.
Yes, sir.
And Inspector Alvarado, since the intent to cease, have you been contacted by SkyZone to come re-inspect the property?
Not at all.
Okay. And is there anything in the Eclipse account indicating that the food prep or fire alarm has been,
Well,
those violations have been complied?
As of a few minutes ago, I checked the system to see if there was a fire alarm certification uploaded into the city posse system. There is nothing in there.
Okay. Board, the last exhibit that I have is City Exhibit 22. That's simply a copy of the appeal that of appellant's appeal, indicating that the reason for the appeal is essentially just need a few more days to correct. So just ask for the admissions of City Exhibits 1 through 22 and offer for cross.
Okay. So noted for submission of exhibits. Mr. Menares, do you have any cross-examination of the inspector?
I do, Chairman, very briefly.
Yes.
Inspector Alvarado, have you
Yes.
been back to the property since January 4th, 2024?
No, we haven't.
Okay, so you don't know if the issues have been resolved?
No, I don't.
Okay. I mean, you simply know as of January 4th, they weren't resolved, but it's possible that they're resolved as we sit here today, correct?
They could possibly be resolved, but no one has contacted me for the reinspection.
I understand. Are you the only person who can do the reinspection?
No.
No. Are you familiar with a Mr. Ibrahim Salami?
Who?
I'm going to spell the last name for you. Salami.
No.
Are you familiar with the J last name HolavanaHhilli?
No. Not at
Mr.
all.
Menares, are these
Yeah.
individuals L&I employees that you're referencing?
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
this is where I think this is where the confusion comes in, because admittedly, Mr. Todd has not spoken to Mr. Alvarado, and I'm going to ask him on direct examination when I get to Mr. Todd, but he's been communicating with various individuals trying to set up a
Okay.
inspection.
All right, well, let's do that when you your direct examination then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then again, Mr. Alvarado, you're not the only one who could do the inspection of the property, correct?
Well, he has my number. I am the inspector that he needs to call to come back out and do this reinspection. Yes.
Okay, but you're not the only one who could do the inspection, correct?
Well, I am the only one who can do the inspection for these violations. That is correct. It does state
Okay.
that in my email and in the violation notice.
All right. Is it possible that anyone else from the city is, to your knowledge, to reach out to Mr. Todd or Skyzo?
I'm gonna object at this time as to asked and answered.
Sustained. Ms. Menares, if you can move on.
Very well. I have nothing further, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Any further witnesses, Ms. Curley?
No, board, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Menares, you may proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I'd call Mr. Michael Todd.
Okay, thank you.
He does have.
I'm here.
May I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, yes, please proceed. Yes.
Mr. Todd, could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Yes, Michael Todd, TODD.
And you are the owner and operator of Sky Zone?
Yes,
And the Sky Zone in particular is listed at 2500 Grand Avenue, Philadelphia?
yes, that's correct.
Okay. And you received a notice of intent to cease operation, is that correct?
Yes,
And it listed several violations?
yes.
What, if anything, have you done to remedy the violations?
So the original reason for the appeal was to allow us time, as was stated earlier, to address the items. We have been going through the list, and many of the pictures that we've just witnessed, they've all been addressed. The hallways are cleared, the doorways are cleared. We had excess equipment from another location that was temporarily stored. That has all been moved to a different area. We have filed for the license, the food license. The names that you were mentioning, Jay and Ibrahim Salami.
Oh, wait. Sir, that's not responsive to the direct question. So, Ms. Menares, we don't, we prefer that the witnesses all respond to specific questions.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
So, Mr. Todd, with respect to the violations, you indicated one of the violations was that there was equipment blocking a doorways, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And that has been remedied, you indicated?
it has. I was not aware that I should upload pictures or anything like that to the website. I can happily do that. I was waiting to contact Emerito to go through a final inspection. Once I receive the food license, the application has been filed. I am waiting for the Department of Health to conduct.
Wait. No.
Okay.
Okay, I apologize.
No, that's
Again,
okay.
but I do have a question,
right.
Ms. Menares.
Yes, sir.
You're counsel on this matter, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any evidence of the compliance?
I did not no, not until this
Okay.
morning.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I mean, we can upload it now if you like.
Well, now it's a little late. As an attorney, you understand the rules, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. And, okay, with respect to, I believe one of the violations was that there was cardboard near a heater?
Yes, that's the electrical closet. The electrical
Okay.
closet has been cleaned out. There's no equipment, there's no cardboard. That room has been cleared and is empty of all of the equipment that was displayed in that photograph.
Okay, has the sign been placed on the door indicating an electrical closet?
Yes.
Okay. With respect to the sprinkler system, what if any efforts have you done to remedy to ensure the sprinkler system was working properly?
So the landlord handles the sprinkler system. They had it inspected in the fall, and just again, a few weeks ago, someone was on site. So we get an email or a request from the landlord to make sure that someone is on the property, because they typically come at 8 or 9 in the morning before we open. The request came a few weeks ago, and they the sprinkler inspection people were there within the past 2 weeks. I don't have a certificate from them, but I can get that from the landlord.
Okay, but it's not currently, it's not in your possession because the landlord's in possession of the certificate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How about with respect to the fire alarm? Has that situation been remedied?
That has been remedied. We asked for a few days, as was indicated earlier, but at the time that we reached out to the the fire alarm company, they could not come out, in a couple days. We asked them to accelerate it. They did come out in sort of mid-January, I think it was, and it's been operational since.
And was that information provided to the city of Philadelphia?
It was not. I was waiting on the final approval of the food license so that I could go back with a cleared list of all the violations to have the final inspection, but the food license is still in process.
Okay. And so you indicated you applied for the food license on January 6th. Was that the first time you applied for a new food license?
It was since we received that violation. When we purchased the property, I submitted an application. It was just pre-COVID. I'm not sure if it got lost in, the shuffle with COVID. I did not follow up to find out about it, but we initially filed that after we purchased the location.
Okay. And then again, you filed an additional application about a year or two later, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And did anyone from the city ever contact you with respect to those mail-in applications?
No, at that time it was a different application. I applied for a transfer license, which I did call recently as I tried to get through this process. I called and I've called a few times and I've received conflicting information. Do I get a new license or do I get to transfer the old license from the prior owner? And at the time I filed for a transfer.
Okay. And to your knowledge, when the most recent inspection occurred, well, let me ask you this. Has anyone ever from the city of Philadelphia ever inspected your kitchen prior to this?
We're gonna object at this point as to relevance.
Oh, yeah, there's an objection to sustain. Please move on.
Okay. Mr. Todd, to your knowledge, have any of the violations with respect to the kitchen, have they involved improper handling of food?
Objection again as to relevance.
And Ms. Menares, what is the relevance of that line of questioning? Because it's not part of the violation.
No, I understand, but he's applied several times for the license. There's no indication that the food has been handled improperly or that the public is in danger.
But I think the record reflects that his license expired in 2018.
True, but
and that's an extensive period of operating without a license.
That doesn't mean he hasn't applied for a license, though, Mr. Chairman.
It doesn't. You're absolutely right, but it also doesn't say that he mishandled food. It doesn't say there's other issues. It says he doesn't have a license. So that's why I'm asking. I don't want to muddy the waters with irrelevant questions.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on. Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Todd, you have, in fact, as we sit here today, you've had applied now on 2 separate occasions, and you're waiting the outcome of your application with respect to your food and beverage license, correct?
Yeah. So I followed up with Jay, who I've been corresponding with for the past month, and like was said earlier, I was sent an email at 9:24 this morning to contact Ibrahim Salami. I was given the phone number, and that's to schedule the final inspection to issue the license. I will be contacting him this afternoon.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to let the board members know, Mr. Todd?
I'm just going to object as it calls for narrative.
Mr. Menares, if you have some specific questions, and I'm sure Ms. Curley will have some cross, we really want to avoid narrative testimony.
Very well, Your Honor. I'm done with my direct examination. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any cross, Ms. Curley?
No.
Okay, I do have a question. Mr. Menares, your client indicated that he purchased the property, but early on he indicated that the landlord was responsible for the sprinkler and the fire system. So which is it? Does he own it, or
I'm
is he
sorry
renting?
if I said that I misspoke. He purchased the business. He's the owner of Sky Zone. He does not own the bricks. He rents that from another owner.
Yes, we lease that. We do not own the building. We purchased the business.
Oh, the franchise. Is that a franchise
Yes.
It
operation?
is a franchise, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
I
Yes,
just
sir,
have a real
Mr. Chair.
quick one, Mr.
I have
Tennant.
a question,
Okay.
sir.
Wait. We
Go
got two
ahead,
questions
Mr.
coming.
Tennant. Mr. Tennant, go ahead, Mr. Tennant.
Yeah, Mr. Todd, you testified earlier in reference to the fire alarm system and the sprinkler system. One, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said you were holding it up, but that's not the city's policy nor the code. The fire alarm and fire sprinkler systems requirement is that they upload it into the system once they completed their inspections. So one, you don't have an opportunity to hold off I'll just say issuing it or giving it to anyone because you're waiting for the health department. That is something that the company's responsibility to do. They could lose and have their license suspended for not doing that. So they do that automatically. If that's not in the system, as the inspector testified right now today, 5 minutes ago, there's a necessary thought that it did not take place.
Okay, I was not aware of that. I can assure you that it did take place. I can pull
Well,
out. an
assurance is
email.
uploading it into the system so all can see.
I will reach out to them to ask why it was not uploaded into the system. I thought the system that you were referring to was Eclipse, the city system.
That's Eclipse. They have an Eclipse account. So
Okay.
when it's not uploaded into Eclipse, the violation that the inspector wrote you is still outstanding. It has not been complied until it's uploaded in the system.
Okay, I was not aware of that. Again, I would
Okay.
like to stress that
Okay.
they have been out. They were out in January. It has been fixed. And I would like the opportunity to reach out to them today to understand why it has not been uploaded to Eclipse. I did not know that that was a requirement on their part. And again, my intent was to reach out to Emerito once I cleared all the violations, and the last one being that the actual food license, which has been applied for, is issued. And again, I'm just waiting on the Department of Health to do that final inspection.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Washington, do you have any questions?
Yes, just real quick, Mr. Todd. Do we agree that the violations was written correctly at the time?
Do I agree that they were written correctly?
At the time. The original violations was written, were they written correctly?
I would respectfully, I would object to that question, as requires Mr. Todd to draw a legal conclusion. He's
No,
not
I'm
an attorney.
asking Mr.
Well,
Todd.
okay, wait. We
Sorry.
have an objection. And so I'm going to overrule that objection, ask Mr. Todd to give his layperson's opinion as to whether there were violations present.
Yes, I mean, I understood the violations that were being referenced, yes.
Okay, thank you.
No
All right.
more questions, Mr. Chair.
In response to that, can I add one other item?
No. Given, sir, that you're the witness for Mr. Menares, and so I advise all individuals who have a lawyer to communicate with the attorney before speaking. You don't want to speak out of turn, and so the two of you can go in the breakout room if you need to do that and have a private conversation before we continue.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Is there anything from anyone else? If not, Mr. Menares, you can have closing, and Ms. Curley will be invited to do likewise. There doesn't appear to be any additional questions. Mr. Menares?
Your Honors, with respect to the violations of January 4th, I believe, 2024, they've all been remedied. The food license has been applied for. The Department of Health Mr. Ty's been in contact with the Department of Health to do the final inspection. Everything's been complied with. It would cause a major it would cost the business a tremendous amount of money, and it would necessitate laying off employees and possibly closing the business for something that's already been remedied. Mr. Amarato is free to go inspect the property at his leisure whenever he wants. I understand Mr. Todd probably had an obligation to contact Mr. Amarato, but he indicated that he was unaware of the procedure. To his knowledge, he was in fact contacting the city of Philadelphia. He was trying to remedy the situations as best he could. He asked for additional time, hence the appeal, and all issues have been resolved. It's just a matter of having the property re-inspected.
Mr. Menares, I don't think you or your client has presented any physical evidence of compliance yet, correct?
Well,
Today.
with respect to the sprinkler system and the fire alarm system, sounds like the companies were supposed to upload that information. I'm not exactly sure why that hasn't happened.
Okay.
It might not have been through Eclipse, but stuff has been provided. There's email correspondence back and forth, and it doesn't appear it was Mr. Alvarado. It appears that it was with Mr. Ibrahim and/or Mr. Holiv. I cannot say Jay Holivalahal.
Okay.
Holly.
Okay. All right. I just asking. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, Ms. Curley, any
but
closing?
it's been provided to the city, Mr. Chairman, just not to the appropriate party.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Curley?
Can I just add one item?
No, we're closing now, Mr. Todd. As I said, if you needed to confer with your attorney for some specific strategic reason, we will permit that. But I've asked for closing comments from the attorneys.
Okay, can I have 1 minute with my attorney in a breakout room?
Mr. Wade, Ms. Curley, you object to that?
At the board's leisure, I have no problem.
Okay, very short, sir. Mr. Wade, would you accommodate that, please?
Mr. Chair, can we take a brief while they have one as well?
What we will do, the board will take an executive session until about 2:16.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think, thank you, Mr. Kelly. We're back on the record. Mr. Menares, were you able
Yes,
to confer with your client?
I was, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. I think we were in the middle of Ms. Curley giving her closing argument. Ms.
Yes.
Curley?
Thank you, board. Very briefly, I think importantly, violations to this property were issued initially in June of 2023. The department was never contacted to come re-inspect the property. The department went out again in January of this year to re-inspect. Still no compliance for any of those violations, including a food license that had expired in 2018 and had not been renewed. There are multiple fire code violations, but at essence, as of today, there is no food prep license, and the fire alarm and sprinkler certifications have not been uploaded into Eclipse. And at the end of the day, that is the operator's responsibility. It is not the department's responsibility to come to every property that is in violation. It is the owner's responsibility, or the operators, to contact the department so that they can go out and do a re-inspection. Because of this fire code violation and the food prep license not being valid, there's just simply no question that this business cannot operate until those violations are complied by the department. If they are complied, then the cease can go into effect today, and an inspection can happen tomorrow, and the cease can be lifted. But as of today, for what the department knows, and what the appellant has stated here today, this business simply can't continue to operate until that's complied.
Thank you very much. We will now pull the board.
Mr. Chair, if I may make an inquiry.
No, sir, not at this point. No, we've had your final argument. I'm not sure.
No, it's not an argument, sir. I just had a question. I'm just of the board, because my question is, if the food and the business could still operate, even it's a trampoline park. If the business could the business still operate even without a food license if it didn't serve food?
It's not just the food, it's the serious fire code violation, the sprinkler system, all that stuff is life safety related. That's critical, and all those other matters are important as well. So the answer to your question, I think, is no.
Okay.
Let us move on then to poll the board regarding HA-2024-000201, 2500 Grant Avenue. Michael Todd, City affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
Affirmed.
City affirmed.
Thank you. Unanimous vote, City affirmed. Mr. Todd, you've lost your appeal. You may appeal our decision. I'm sure Ms. Menares could advise you as to how to do that if you choose to appeal. Thank you very much for your participation and your cooperation. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You too.
Everybody's excused. Ms. Curley, you and your witness are excused. Thank you. Mr. Wade, do we have any further matters?
There are no more further matters.
Okay, thank you. I understand that there are a number of individuals who are present who were here regarding, just want to make sure I have the right number. Mr. Wade, can you help me out here?
Case 2, hearing appeal ending 3344.
Okay.
1250 South 45th Street.
Okay, I understand there are a number of individuals who have an interest in that location and may have had a desire to speak regarding that location. We don't generally accept general testimony unless you are called as a witness by either the appellant or the city. We generally do not request or bring in testimony from other individuals. And so thank you for your participation and your viewing things today. As was noted earlier, this matter is being continued. We believe that most of the violations have been brought into compliance, and so it will come back with the final agreement being prepared for execution. Thank you very much to everyone for your time with us today. And I see someone with iPhone. I will give you 1 minute, sir. Unmute yourself and tell us your name and what question you have.
Yes, I didn't hear my name called.
What is your case?
Malcolm Williams.
What's the address?
4345 Brown Street. I had problem with the audio earlier. I was
Number 4, sir.
I was trying to come in, but I was having problem with my audio.
Okay.
Mr. Williams, if I may, I'm the city attorney who we were discussing this case. I was just following up with you by email.
Okay. I didn't have time to look at it yet.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sending that to you right now.
Because there was a settlement on that matter, wasn't it, Ms. Reinhardt?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. If there's nothing else from everyone,
thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good afternoon, sir.
You too.
Okay. If that's it, we will now, that completes our business for today. Thank you, Mr. Kelly.